Hello, I'm Bernard Keevy. The difference between strategic and tactical marketing, how if you understand it, you can transform your bottom line net profit. Understand your marketplace. So generally you'll be faced with this sort of situation for most goods and services anyway. And that is if you took 1,000 prospects or suspects for your product or service, at any given time, maybe 3% would be now buyers, 30% would never buy, and the other 67% are somewhere along what's called a buyer's journey, where they will be future buyers, but they're not ready to buy just yet. So your challenge is to market to all of them rather than just the 3% now buyers. Now, the 3% now buyers, the way you market to them is what called incentive offers. So it's things like buy one, get one free, 20% off if you buy by the end of Wednesday, etc., etc. But the way you sell to the rest of the future buyers is what's called an information offer. And an information offer is sometimes called a lead magnet. So it's something like an information pack, a free book, a free no strings attached consultation, a psychological test, a checklist, something that people would want to give them more information, but it's not trying to actually sell to them right now. And that would appeal to both now and future buyers. And the difference that makes is that if you took that 1,000 prospects or suspects, if you're just selling to the now buyers, you're selling to 30 of them. Whereas if you're selling to both the now buyers and the future buyers, you're selling to 700. So you can see it's a huge difference in terms of potential revenue and profit. Now you need to follow what's called strategic marketing. So strategic marketing basically says that you need to attract people's attention over here on the left with something that will pique their interest. And then you need to supply them with information along what's called the buyer's journey. So you need to drip feed them information here, and it needs to be information that will help them understand what the product and service can do for them, and eventually help them make a decision as to whether they want to buy it or not. And then they'll make the decision as to who to buy from. And then when they become now buyers here, after you've nurtured them along the buyer's journey, you then need a sales funnel to convert the now buyers into customers or clients for you. Because just because they're now buyers doesn't necessarily mean they're going to buy from you, of course. In his book called The Ultimate Sales Machine, talks about what he calls a stadium pitch. So the idea is your stadium's full of people who might potentially buy from you, now and future buyers. And your job is to keep them in the stadium long enough so that the future buyers are there long enough to become now buyers. And you do that by what he calls talking about market data rather than product data. So, for example, if you were selling shoes, rather than talk about your shoes and all the benefits of your shoes, what you might talk about is the history of footwear, the design of the human foot, why different materials are more suitable for different types of footwear, what types of different footwear styles there have been over the years, what types of materials there are. So all the interesting things that would keep people interested in the whole concept of footwear and nurture them along the buyer's journey so that eventually when they are ready to buy shoes, they might see you as the appropriate person to buy from. So the idea is to have information supplied which is called market data rather than product data. Now, the difference it can make is huge. So if you were to double your conversion rate, it makes an astonishing difference to your bottom line. So here's an example. 1,000 leads, you convert 20%, who spend 1,000 on average. So your revenue would be 200,000. Cost of goods sold, let's say it's half, so that's 100,000. Your gross profit would be 100,000. You'd have some overheads, say 60,000, and you'd have an operating profit here of 40,000. If you were to double your conversion rate and not change anything else, then your revenue becomes 400,000 instead of 200 because you've now got twice as many customers. Your cost of goods sold is obviously twice as much, therefore 200,000. Your gross profit's twice as much, 200 rather than 100,000. Your overheads, though, are still the same. They're still 60,000 because they're fixed. So your operating profit goes from 40,000 to 140,000. So doubling your conversion rate has actually increased your bottom line operating profit to 350% of what it was. So it makes a huge, huge difference. If you want to find out areas in which you could improve your sales process or 5 other key areas within your business so that you can see ways to increase and maybe even double your profit over 6 to 12 months, then I'm offering a free Sales Accelerator Roadmap analysis where we use an algorithm and a program. We ask you a series of questions and then it comes out with a series of recommendations of things you could actually do right now so that over the course of the next few months, you could add 50%, 100% to your bottom line profit, as long as you implement the ideas. So if you're interested, go to bernardkeevy.com and click on the button that says, yes, I want this. And hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks very much for watching today.